What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the portfolio update video for this week. We are on a mission to grow this small account on Robinhood to $10,000. We started this about a week ago. I've had this account open for a couple of weeks, but we started this series about a week ago where we come on every week and kind of give an update on where this portfolio is at. And our mission is to just sit here and grow this thing to $10,000. We put in about $250 every 2 weeks or, $125 a week and see how long it can take us to get to 10K. I wanted to do this just to show new people or even anybody who likes watching these kind of portfolio videos is how easy it is if you stay consistent and true to your plan, how quick and how easy it actually is to grow to 10K, right? Just a couple of weeks ago, we only had $1,000 in this account. Now we almost have 2,000, right? And that is due to some, we're up about, let's see, year to date, we're up about 5% in the portfolio. Today has kind of knocked it down. Yesterday's thing was upwards of, let's see, 1950 almost, so today we've seen a pretty substantial pullback. But again, we're up about 5% in the portfolio, which is nice. So anyway, let's jump over to the investments of what we're holding in this portfolio. And we do have an update. If you guys have been following the channel for the past couple of days, I've been making videos about KEEL infrastructure that I hold in my personal portfolio. And I did add it to the public Roth portfolio as well. So kind of show you guys my conviction in both areas, I do hold KEEL in the public account and I also hold it in my private account as well. But going through here, we hold the S&P 500, and I think this is, monumental to any portfolio. It should be a pillar in anybody's portfolio. Is you should own, at least the S&P 500. That's something you can 100% each, time you contribute, you want to put some money into the S&P to keep that solid core foundation. So in days of, volatility like this, your portfolio don't fall as hard as it would if you were just holding, let's say, like KEEL, SoFi, CoreWeave, just by itself, right? Yes, you can have more gains that way, but you can also experience more volatility. And I like to just have that core base, just as a safety net in my, just for my own mental health. But anyway, we hold the S&P. Second biggest holding right now, and they keep flopping back and forth, is SoFi and KEEL infrastructure. And if we click into KEEL, I'll kind of show you guys my average price. I did get lucky on this, kind of bought it right before it run up in this account, which I'm super excited about. So you can see I own about 55 shares of KEEL. It makes up about 22% of this portfolio, which is a little high. But over time, as we contribute, this will go down unless we keep adding to it. You can see we're up almost 12% since we bought this, and our average is about $5.40. Makes up about $331 of the portfolio. So, ever since we bought into this, it's went straight up. So we got lucky. And I'm super bullish on KEEL. I do plan on adding this, to keep adding to this portfolio with KEEL along with the other stuff as well. My second highest conviction play, and some of y'all might not like it, it gets a lot of flack here on YouTube, for some reason, which I don't really know, but it's SoFi. In my private portfolio, I own a massive SoFi position. I'm a huge SoFi bull. It's been kind of beat up over the last couple of months, 6 months, but I think long term, with the growth they're putting up, we could see SoFi do some pretty good numbers in the future. I also own CoreWeave. I own 1.5 shares of CoreWeave, and CoreWeave is just another play on the AI data center infrastructure with the whole AI trade. I own Robinhood, Zeta, and Next Decade. And I might be, and also, before I forget, we also have $394 in cash to take advantage of any kind of dips that we might have. And today's looking pretty good. I did just buy 2 more shares of Zeta. Super bullish on Zeta too. It's a $5 billion market cap, and they're a software marketing company. So they've been kind of getting hit pretty hard with all the other software apocalypse names. But it's a company that's putting up some insane growth and, you know, has some serious potential also. But that's an update for this week, guys. Let me know some names down below that y'all have been looking into. I'm always super curious to see what everybody, excuse me, what everybody else is looking into. But yeah, next week we'll come back. We'll have a fresh $250 in this account, maybe more. Anytime I get some spare change, I'll throw it in here. So it might, you know, look a little higher than like it did last week. I only had, let's see, it was only at about, I can't remember, but I added, I think, $300 this week. So a little bit more than I was planning on doing, but if I have the extra little bit of money, I'll always throw it in here. But anyway, next week we'll come back and, you know, see if we bought anything else. The only additions this week was KEEL, Zeta, and I think I added a little bit of Next Decade. I did some rebalancing because the last video I posted, I had some different names, but I wanted to shake it up a little bit and take on a little bit more risk in this portfolio, just because we are trying to grow it to 10K at a pretty rapid clip. So anyway, guys, wraps it up for this video. We'll see y'all next week. Until then,